Hello, my friends. So sorry I couldn't be here today. I'm at a dentist appointment, but hopefully I should be back before class is over. So today we're going to be making some minions. Minions are very expressive. They're very different. You might have seen the movies. Hopefully you can think about what your minion would look like to you. I'm hoping that you guys can complete this so that I can give you a reward. As always, please sit in your spot because the sub has your seating chart. Please make sure that you are lining up correctly using the green arrows, just like if I was there. You may see this laminated piece of paper on your table. Don't touch it. I don't want you guys to exchange germs, but I do ask that you leave it here today because it might help someone find inspiration for their minion. Maybe they don't know exactly what to do, or maybe they want to do more than one, so they want to make theirs different. Try to avoid touching our barriers because remember, these are dirt nasty. So today I'm gonna be out at the dentist. I'm hoping I can be back before class is over. I did find a sub for us today. Make sure you say thank you to our sub because subs are so important right now. All you're gonna need is a piece of paper and whatever materials you brought. If all you brought is a pencil, fine. But if you brought colors like markers, colored pencils, all that, you're gonna be able to use it today, and I want you to create something that is inspired by the things you love. One thing I love is skateboarding. I used to skateboard when I was your age, but obviously I still have some work to do. So think about the things you love. One thing I love is my little dog, Mia. She is a Chiweenie, which means that she is a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. She's very sweet and she's so tiny. So let's take a minute just to talk with the people around you. Things that make us happy, that we just live for, things that we like. Okay, so before we talk about our lesson today, let's go over some things. Remember, we have to show complete respect to a sub. It is so important that we have subs. They took time out of their busy week to come and monitor the class. Please do not yell or call out at a sub. Raise your hand if you need any help. Remember, this year it's important that you use the restroom before or after, unless it's an emergency where you need to cross two fingers. When the sub is speaking, please do not interrupt. While you guys are working independently, use either a whisper level or a low voice so that way we're not disturbing people in the classroom. So now I think it's time that we get started on our project. We're going to be designing minions. So this minion is going to be inspired by you, things that you like. You should have your piece of paper. It doesn't matter if it's horizontal or vertical. Go ahead and make sure you have that. And then also find a pencil. If you don't have a pencil, the sub can give you one. However, the sub cannot give you markers or crayons because the sub doesn't have markers and crayons with them. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to get your paper ready. I hope you've had some time to think about maybe some things that are important to you because we're gonna include those in our minion today. We're gonna be drawing some minions. The funny thing about minions is when I first saw them, to me, I thought they were little Twinkies. But it turns out they are these crazy little people. First thing I want you to do is write your name at the bottom. Please write it legibly, just in case we find this in the hallway. So I'm gonna write Mr. Boatfield because that is my name. Go ahead and write your name on it. Don't worry about class code, no class code today. But give the sub a thumbs up when you're ready to continue. Okay, so think about how this minion can reflect you or not. I do want mine to reflect me. So I'm gonna do a little short minion because guess what? I'm a short little person too. So I'm gonna draw myself an imperfect oval. It does not have to be perfect. Looks like a potato, but give me a thumbs up once you have that. All right. Now a minion wouldn't be a minion without a big eye or maybe two eyes, or maybe yours has 5,000 eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a circle, big old circle for mine. And then I have to think about the clothes. What does my minion wear? So if it was like me, it'd probably be like teacher clothes, but I wanna have a little bit more fun with this. I'm gonna do little triangles, little curvy, melty triangles on the side. Now it's starting to look like penguin fins. And then echo that a little bit and then go across. And that starts to look like maybe an apron or overalls. So it's totally up to you, but go ahead and worry about your eye and your dress or suit or overalls, whatever you decide that your minion is wearing today, and give the sub a thumbs up. Okay, so now let's move on to some details like arms and then what's on the face. So if you want your minion to have goggles, those little things you wear like glasses, but they're stuck to your face, I'm gonna do a line on the outside of my circle that parallels it. so it looks a little bit more 3D. I'm also gonna give it some bands on the side that go around the head. What about the arms? So the arms, I'm just gonna make easy for myself. I'm gonna do 2 lines that are parallel to each other. And then minions are not humans. They're crazy little critters, but I am going to just do some zigzag lines because I don't care how many fingers they have. Go ahead and do your arms, your goggles, maybe add some details, and then just give the sub a thumbs up. Don't finish just yet. All right, now I'm gonna get a little bit more detailed. So let's think about the feet and maybe an expression. How are you feeling today? Do you want your minion to reflect that? I'm having an okay day. I don't love going to the dentist. I'd rather be there with you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and do just a little happy face. I think I'm gonna give my minion some gloves. And then minions are known for having little feet. Maybe yours is a lady that has high heels, I don't know. But I'm gonna give myself some little feet just because I think that's very minion-like. Go ahead and give it a few more details, including an expression, and give the sub a thumbs up. All right, let's take it even further because right now I have this creepy looking eye and there's nothing really on the clothes that tell me anything about this minion. And there's no hair either, so let's start there. I'm gonna give mine some hair, but maybe yours has a ponytail or maybe a mohawk, who knows? A mohawk like Hugo. Now I'm going to give mine an eye, but I'm gonna make it look a little bit more 3D. So this is the pupil of the eye. If a pupil is the part of your eye that has color, I'm gonna give it a highlight. This is my little trick to making it look more realistic. And then outside of the highlight, I do a big circle and color it in. And so that kind of looks a little bit more realistic. You can do a design on the clothes. I'm gonna do my mural, my color wheel back there, as the design on his overalls. So that way it represents me a little bit. I'll color that in later, but go ahead and give the sub a thumbs up once you've added some details like hair and expression or more. Okay, so now we are going to move on to adding color and details in the background. So right now, this minion is floating in space. I think I'm going to add a skateboard for my minion because I love to skateboard. And maybe this minion is walking my dog or something. So I'll just draw a dog real quick. All right, I got my chihuahua, even though it looks more like a cat. Oh well, I'm on a skateboard. Let's put myself in a city, but maybe you're at the mall, maybe you're at school, who knows? And then just to give it the impression of being a city, I'm gonna draw some skyscrapers behind me. I am going to go ahead and show you the rest of mine, so I just want you to watch. Please don't work just yet. Think about what time of day it is. How are you gonna show me if it's like a sunny day, rainy day? What's on the ground? I think I'm gonna do like a sidewalk, so maybe I'll do some lines to indicate and show other people that I created a sidewalk. Now I'm gonna add some color and I'm gonna take my time. If you brought colors today, yes, I do expect this to be colored. If you did not bring color, you just have a pencil, then I need you just to use it to give it some dimension. If this were in black and white, things would be dark and then some things would be light. So I need you to spend some time making things darker or coloring with your pencil. If you finish today, double check with the sub. There's probably a spot where you forgot to color. And yes, I do want this completely finished. But if you are that person who is amazing and does finish, turn it over and free draw on the back. That's our only option for today. So I spent a good 20 minutes adding color. Notice I added dimension. I made it look a little bit more 3D. You can color hard and waxy if you brought crayons. If you use markers, color pencil, it's all good. It's all Gucci. I want you to use it. There's always something you can do to make it better and add more detail. Okay, so I just spent about 20 minutes on this. I use colored pencils, I use crayon, I use marker. If you brought all those things, I say use them. Use whatever you feel comfortable using. Please don't be that person that says, I'm done, when there's so many things that you can go back and do. You could go back and make your lines a little bit clearer. You could add texture. 5th grade, you've been doing texture. Because what the sub's probably going to tell you when you say that you're done, they're going to scan this and they're going to find one thing you need to work on. If I was scanning this myself, I would say go back and fix those white spaces. Those little details help it look more complete. I want this to be something that you're proud of. I do want you to keep this, but do not leave it in the classroom. Put it in your bag. That way, when we get back next Wednesday, I can see it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have some people who have completed go ahead and start the glow-in-the-dark party. However, if you didn't complete this and it doesn't look like you tried hard, I'm gonna have you sit out and complete this before you start our glow-in-the-dark party. So work hard, I'm counting on you. When you leave today, make sure you line up on the rainbow L. Please say thank you to the sub today. You guys don't understand how important subs are to our school. And I cannot wait to see how funky your minions turned out. Have a wonderful day and work quietly, please.